Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rags to Riches. Our main goal for this episode is to get our soybean field planted over here. That's kind of the last thing we need to do to kind of complete our spring planting. So, yeah, we're going to get this done. It is a pretty big field. We spent some time in the last episode kind of expanding it. And yeah, in the last episode, if you remember, after I plowed it in, this area wasn't really showing properly. It was just kind of showing like the map in the middle. But yeah, after reloading the game, it does seem to have fixed itself, so it is showing up properly as a plowed field now. So yeah, as you can see, we have 6 different fields all combined into one huge soybean field here. So we are going to get this planted up this year. But there's a couple other things I want to do first, because if we pop over here, wherever that was. Yeah, right here. This potato field has got a couple weeds in it still. So I'm just going to quickly run the hoe around in here. As you can see, most of it is done, which is why originally when I popped over here, like this area says it's all weeded and everything. But there are a few weird spots where there's still kind of strips of weeds sticking through. So yeah, we're going to run around with the hoe here and hopefully be able to take care of those. And then if we pop down to our cow barns here, I think we are going to throw a little bit more food into this barn. These calves are starting to grow up a little bit, so they're a little bit bigger size. And yeah, as you can see, if we go over here, they have eaten through all of their food and they have only 2,500 liters of meadow left, so they're going to run out of that pretty quickly here. So yeah, I think we're going to stock up this barn with hay, and we might throw a little bit more into this barn as well while we're at it, but these guys are actually still good. They still have 14,000 liters of hay in there, plus 19,000 liters of meadow. These guys are, we bought these guys after, so they're still a little bit younger, so they're not going through nearly as much food yet. So these guys should actually be fine for another month, I would assume. So yeah, maybe we'll just throw a little bit more hay into that barn over there. Our buffalo barn, if we pop back over to this yard, they did finally eat through all of those bales that we put in there. So they still have food left, but we are going to have to restock this one as well. But they do have 51,000 liters, so they're not going to run out right away. So we have a little bit of time to do that. But yeah, I think initially we're just going to weed this potato field over here and then go put some more hay into that cow barn. Those are the only two things that are really critical at the moment. We might need to put a little bit more wood into our sawmill as well. It's starting to get a little bit low, but it should be good for a few more hours. So not too worried about it at the moment. So yeah, I think yeah, we'll just get that weeding done and those cows fed. And then I'll see you back at the yard here and we can get ready to start planting our soybeans. Okay, we got that stuff done. Cows are fed, and our potato field is all weeded there, so that should be good to go. So I'm not quite sure why those weeds showed up like that. It seemed like a weird pattern that doesn't really seem to fit with like what we were doing with the plowing and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's definitely a bit strange, but that's okay. We got her done now. And yeah, I think this grass cannot be ready soon enough because we are starting to get a little bit low on hay. I mean, we still have quite a bit. Like we've got 47 8,000 liter bales in here, plus 9,000 liter bales. Plus we have a few of kind of just random sizes in there as well. So we're not doing too bad. But I mean, as these cows get bigger, they're going to start eating through a lot of hay here. So yeah, as you can see, we still have 2 row stages left on this grass field here. So it's going to be a little bit before we actually get to harvest and get some more hay in here. So yeah, hopefully we have enough to last until then. But I think we're going to be okay. Not all of the cows in this barn are at the next growth stage here. So you can see these ones are kind of like a yearling steer kind of size, and these ones are still very calf-like. So yeah, we did kind of buy these ones in 2 different stages. Still not sure why some of these ones are brown, because they're all supposed to be the Black Angus. I don't know if that was some kind of bug or something, maybe similar to the fact that our dog changed color after that last update, but I don't know, because those that cow color has been the same for a long time. Like, we got those ones way before this last update that changed the dog color. So yeah, still not quite sure why those Black Angus are actually red colored like the limousines. But anyway, I think we are pretty much ready to go with our soybean field here. So yeah, it's already almost 3, so we should probably get going on here, make sure we get this field in here. So I think we'll just drop this potato planter off here. That can stay there for now. I am going to have to come around and kind of clean up and organize everything. We have another potato planter that I just kind of left over by Walter's place as well when I dropped it off to put the hoe on that AgroStar. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of cleanup left to do as well. So after we get this stuff planted, like I said, I think this soybean field is kind of the last thing we need to plant for this month. So I do need to come around and do a little bit of landscaping in here. I still want to kind of remove these trees just because they're kind of in the way for where we drive now. So I got to remove that little spot, and yeah, we got to do some landscaping to kind of flatten out this whole area here. So yeah, we will organize all of our equipment when we do that, because we're going to want to get it out of the way. So I just have to kind of figure out where all of our stuff is. I can't remember where I left these planters. Oh, actually, you know what? I think they're over by our dairies, our buffalo milk dairies over here. Over in that production lot by the shop. Pretty sure that's where I left them. So yeah, we might actually, I'm not 100% sure. I said that might be the last field we plant, but I actually might buy one more. I've been kind of thinking about. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do it or not, because yeah, like I said in the last episode, we are kind of having to keep an eye on the budget, because we do have a lot of stuff we need to buy still this year. But we do have a lot more money coming in still later this year. Like, we have our soybeans that we all need to, or that we need to sell, and that's going to be about 500 grand, I believe, and then yeah, we've got a bunch of other products and stuff coming in. So yeah, I think by the time our potatoes are ready, which is kind of the main thing we need to be saving money for, is a potato harvester and the potato processing plant. But I think by the time all that stuff is ready, we're gonna have like well over $1 million of income coming in still. So I'm not too worried about it, but we do have to be a little bit conscious about how much money we're spending. But it would be nice to get another field, because I kind of want to get another cornfield going this year again still. So yeah, we'll see. I might still buy another field. There's one that I'm kind of looking at, that I'm considering, but haven't decided what I want to do exactly yet. So I will kind of think about that and contemplate it a bit while I'm doing this soybean field, because it's probably going to take a little while. But yeah, we'll get 2 workers going, or two tractors and planters going on it. One of them will be driven by a worker, and I will drive the other one, but it should help it go a little bit faster. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get everything kind of repaired before we start here. Ooh, that Valtra really needs to be repaired. It's $1,700 for that guy, 18 for that. It's not too bad. And then that thing, the bar is down a little bit on the condition, but it's not actually giving me the repair option there, so I guess it just must be too cheap to repair that, so it's not too worried about it. But yeah, so we still need liquid fertilizer, and we need to refill with seeds. So try to get over here, so if we can maneuver this thing in here. And I hate how the camera bounces around inside these sheds sometimes. It's hard to predict where it's going to go. But if I could just get lined up here a little bit better. Sometimes these are a little bit finicky to get into. Probably put them maybe a little bit too close together. But there we go. So we should be able to... Oh, no? Is the silo empty, or am I on the wrong one? Because sometimes it looks like it should be on this one, which is our seeds, and... Oh no, it is empty. Okay. So let's refill our seed silo. So 27 grand. It's expensive, but I mean, we always go through them, so might as well fill it up. So now we should be able to refill. There we go. Yeah, it did. It tricks me sometimes, because like if you go up to the fertilizer one, it'll still, you can still kind of do the thing, and then sometimes it comes up. Oh, it's not working now. Oh, now it's on liquid fertilizer. I don't know. Trying to demonstrate something, and of course it's not going to work. Works every time when I'm not trying to do that, but yeah, I try to show you guys something and it's not working. But yeah, sometimes it'll like open the seed container when you're next to the fertilizer one, because we have solid fertilizer in this other Unia tank there. So yeah, sometimes it'll try to open the solid fertilizer one instead of the seed ones, and then it'll just won't let you do anything. But yeah, it can be a little bit finicky to get in there sometimes. But yeah, of course it worked perfectly that time when I was trying to demonstrate something. So that's okay. We'll get over here and how am I going to do this here? So I think I am going to do the headlands for this field. No particular reason, I just kind of want to. So I think we'll set it up with 2 headlands, but we're going to turn off the headlands for this worker, and we'll just get him going on these inside rows. So that should be fine. I think wrong season. Oh, I still have cotton selected. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. Okay, so we need to actually switch that to soybeans. There we go. Now we should be able to go. Is he working? Okay, now he's going. Okay. Well, it's a good thing it gave me that warning there, because yeah, I totally forgot to switch it off of cotton there. So if we jump into our 9RX here, I'll get this baby fired up and detach our plow. Detach our plow. There we go. Not quite sure why that didn't work the first time. Maybe I hit it too soon after hitting the start engine button. But anyway, we can go hook onto this guy. I can't remember. I think we need to refill this one as well, so I'll have to run this one down to the yard. Oh yeah, we are almost out of liquid fertilizer. Hopefully that worker has enough to kind of get through. I'm not really sure. I might have to stop him at some point and go refill that one as well. But yeah, I'll just run this one down to the yard and get it topped up, and then I will start going along, doing the headlands on this field, and then whatever is left. Is he stopped there? Is he still just moving really slow? Okay, it just looks like he's kind of going slow. Okay. Yeah, it looked like he was stopped there, but I'm pretty sure he's fine. That's just, it's a bit of a big seeder for that Valtra to pull. It can technically run it. It is within the power requirements, but yeah, it is still a bit heavy for it, especially when it's going like uphill and stuff like that. So it can go a little bit slow when it's uphill, but yeah, anyway, I will just, yeah, get this thing topped up and get these headlands done, and then whatever is left on the inside, I will join up with that worker, and we'll get her finished off. Okay, well, we got this field done. I'm just going to dismiss this worker because I had to refill the fertilizer partway through, and then I accidentally hit the wrong button and disconnected the planter there, which kind of resets the map there. So the field is done. I don't know why they still wanted to keep working. I'm assuming that's why, because the thing got reset there, so it doesn't realize that the rest of the field is done. But it might have figured it out once it started going, because they're usually smart enough to kind of figure out which areas have actually been done before and to not go over them again. But who knows? So we'll just dismiss this guy and bring him back down. But yeah, we got that big field done. It actually wasn't too bad with those two big planters going. But yeah, we definitely needed to refill. It actually probably would have been pretty close. But I don't think they would have, or well, this guy definitely would have run out. I'm pretty sure he's down to 57% now, and he was down to like 20% or something. I can't remember for sure now. I might have had just enough to do it, but it would have been pretty darn close, I think. But yeah, we got her done, and I got her refilled here again because yeah, as I was thinking about it, I think we are just going to go ahead and buy one more field and get some corn planted over there. So yeah, if we jump into our map screen here, we do still have one more field that we own that we haven't done anything with this year, but I think we are going to leave it for now because I think we're going to plant this to canola. I was initially kind of thinking about it, and I was thinking we could do this as a cornfield because I was thinking we could all actually buy like all three of these other fields and kind of plow them together and make one big cornfield over here. But then I was thinking, you know, we already have all these bee boxes along here, and they give a yield bonus to canola. So I was thinking maybe it would be a better idea for this field to do it as canola, but we can't plant canola until August. So I think we're just going to leave this field for now. And then, yeah, before August, we're going to try to buy all three of these fields. They're not too expensive. I think it would be, yeah, like 280 grand approximately to buy all three of these. So we could afford it and do that now, but I don't know. We've done quite a bit of plowing recently, so I don't really want to mess with that. Plus, yeah, I just think this is a better place to put canola in since we already have all these bee boxes here. And we'll get a yield bonus from that. So yeah, I think we're just going to leave this field for now. So the one I'm looking at buying is actually field 94, way down here in the corner of the map. So it's 230 grand. It's 9.6 acres. It's a decent little field. This one's actually owned by Walter, so this knocks out one more Walter field because I do still want to try to buy all of Walter's field. So let's actually pop down here for a second. So it is kind of down in the corner, out of the way over here. So it's a little bit far from the yard, which makes it a bit of a pain, but it's not going to be too bad, I don't think. But this is one of the only fields left that has like a pretty good, like it's a good sized field, and it has like most of the field is actually crop because like there's this one here, but it's got this huge area up here. So it is pretty expensive. That's actually a huge piece of land, and a lot of it is not really field. So we would probably have to plow that in to really make it worth it. And like I said, we've been doing a lot of plowing in the last couple episodes, so I don't really want to do that again in this one. And then same thing with like a lot of these fields down here. Like this one has all of this extra area. This one has all of this extra area. This one's not too bad, but I mean, it's just kind of small. We'll probably end up buying this one eventually as well. But yeah, same thing with this one. Like it's 800 grand because it's got a homestead on it, but it's also got kind of this area back in the trees. I think there's also like a creek that runs through here, so some of this area is kind of unusable as well. I was kind of looking at this one for a minute, but yeah, it is. It does have some extra land, but all of this is kind of just wasted space because yeah, I think there is a creek that kind of goes right through here, so probably wouldn't want to plow over it. And then yeah, a lot of the other fields are just kind of really small. We'd have to buy like a few and kind of plow them together to get any kind of decent size out of it. So yeah, I think this is just kind of a good option. It knocks out one more of Walter's fields, and we don't really have to do anything with it. There is a little bit of extra space we could get on the edge if we really wanted to plow, but it is like right against the edge of the map border as well, so you can't go too close to it or else you just kind of run into it and stop. So yeah, I don't think we would really need to mess with this one in any way. We can just kind of buy it and start planting. It is planted to green beans right now, which is a pretty big field for green beans, I think. I've never done it myself, but from what I've seen, it's a pretty slow and tedious process. So yeah, I definitely don't want to do a field this size of green beans. I think if I'm going to try something like that, it would be maybe on one of these smaller fields. I might buy a few more of these next to our potato fields at some point to try out some of those smaller ones. Like we could go through and do a rotation of like beets or Like green beans or spinach or whatever, all those other vegetables and stuff that are kind of slow and tedious. It might be good to just try them on one of these smaller fields first, just to kind of see what they're like there. But yeah, anyway, I think we might as well just go ahead and buy this one. It's a little bit pricey. We're gonna end up with 100 grand left. So yeah, we'll just grab this guy, and yeah, one more of Walter's fields bought, and a little bit more 9.6 acres added to the total acreage. So we can actually go and look at our farmland. So all of the green highlighted stuff is stuff we own. So I mean, we own a pretty good chunk of the map at this point. This whole central area is ours. We've kind of just been expanding out. Where did we start? Like I think this was our first very field, but we've been expanding out from there ever since. And then, yeah, since we moved down to this homestead, we've kind of been expanding this way as well. And now we're going to expand down to here. Eventually, I would like to buy this field and like all these ones down around here as well. This is the potato processing plant that we want to buy. So this actually might be a good spot. Here, get out of my way. Yeah, this area right here that comes with this field. It might be a good spot to actually, like if we just plowed this in and made this as a potato field in this area right here, and then we would just have a super short haul to get across to the potato processing plant here. So that's kind of a future idea, but that is a pretty expensive piece of land, and it would take a lot of plowing to kind of get that to where we want. Yeah, so maybe in the future, but I want to kind of see how this year's potato harvest goes with the fields that we have, and we'll have to see how long that actually gets us running with this potato processing plant, if it's worth it to get our potatoes closer. Yeah, we'll have to see, because I feel like the hauling them might not be the most tedious part of the potato harvesting process. But yeah, I haven't really done potatoes since I think Farming Simulator 19. So it's going to be a bit of a learning experience. I'm not really sure what to expect, other than the fact that it's probably going to be pretty slow. But yeah, anyway, we got this this field purchased now. So we now own it. So I guess we will just hop back down to the yard here. I will jump into the 9RX again. I did top it up with fertilizer already again, and we have lots of seeds left, so we should be good to go. Pretty sure this is going to be enough to get through that whole field, so we'll just head down there and get that planted up. Oh, but actually there was one other thing I did want to mention. I finally realized why that worker in the Vultra was seeming to go so slow. When I switched to him to check how his fertilizer level was doing, I realized the cruise control was still set to 12 kilometers an hour. From when we were doing the potatoes. So yeah, I kind of forgot that if you have the cruise control set really low, the workers won't go past that speed limit. So yeah, it was just set way too low. That's why he looked like he was going so fast. So he actually could have done that field a little bit faster if I had noticed that earlier. And then I cranked it up and I realized that the drawbar thing was actually raised up as well. So if that cruise control limit hadn't have been set, he would have been going way too fast. So yeah, just going to have to remember to check that drawbar thing before getting a worker on one of these planters. But yeah, you just got to make sure that drawbar is down and pay attention to the cruise control for the speed limit there. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because, yeah, he was going a little bit slower than he needed to, but we got him fixed up for the second part of it. Okay, got that cornfield planted as well. So yeah, I think that actually completes all of our spring planting at this point, and most of our planting for the year. We will still have to do our barley and our canola later on. But like obviously we have to harvest our barley field first, and then we can replant that in September. And then, yeah, like I talked about before, we are going to plant our canola in August there. So that's kind of more summer, almost fall planting. But yeah, I think that does it for spring planting. So yeah, we're all good to go there. Lots of different crops in the ground this year. So it's going to be an even busier harvesting season than usual, which is already a pretty busy time of the year. So it's going to be pretty interesting. You might have to definitely make more use of some workers this year for the harvest, so we can get it done in a reasonable amount of time there. And man, these buffalo are all piled up in the entrance again. I still been meaning to do that when we go around and do all the landscaping in the yard here. I'm gonna try to fix this up again. Spread the level out, or like try to do a little bit of landscaping to kind of flatten this area out right by the doors, and then just kind of make more of a gradual slope into this area. Because I think that's why they're getting caught up in here. Maybe it's just too steep for them. I'm not sure. Because every time I notice when I like load the game, when I first get into it, they're kind of spread out evenly throughout the pasture there. But then like as I play, as time goes on, they all kind of just kind of pile up right by the entrance there. So I don't know if they're like trying to get into the barn, or if they go in and then when they come to get back out, they can't get back up the hill for some reason, or what's going on here. But yeah, every time I start a game, they're kind of spread out, but they always end up piled up right around here. So there's something going on there. I think it's just a bit of a too steep of a hill. Although it's kind of weird because like it's not really, like I think it's very similar to what we had when the cattle barn was here, and they never had a problem getting up there. So yeah, I'm not really too sure. But how's our slurry doing? I forgot to check that earlier. So okay, that's still under half. We'll have to do that soon, but that's not doing too bad. I still want to add a additional slurry container over here as well, but don't quite have the money for that at the moment, so we're just going to have to keep on top of selling it. Because yeah, after that last land purchase there, we are definitely going to have to be a little bit careful with how we spend our money for the rest of the year, because yeah, we need at least $1 million, I think, budgeted for buying a potato harvester and the potato processing plant. But I think we're going to be able to get there without too much trouble, because yeah, like I said, we have 500 grand worth of soybeans to sell in a couple months, and then we're going to have probably 200 grand or more of olive oil to sell pretty soon as well. And then I think we make like over 100 grand a month from sawmill income, and then we make like 75 grand a month from matzo income as well, plus all of our other littler things that are going on as well. So yeah, I think we're going to be just fine, but we are going to have to be a little bit budget conscious here. So I haven't actually seen our dog yet today, so I just kind of wanted to double check and see if he is still black. I really looked into seeing if there's a fix for that. I'm assuming if I go into the XML, I might be able to change the color of that. But yeah, he's definitely still black there. And I did go back and look at previous videos just to make sure I wasn't crazy. And yeah, our dog was definitely kind of more of a standard like golden lab color before. Definitely was not black, so I'm not going crazy here. Just had to double check that. And one other thing I might try to add pretty soon is some sheep as well. It's going to be a little bit pricey because the sheep barn is like 100 grand. Eventually, I would like to probably add 2. Just to make sure we have enough like wool to be able to keep that spinnery running once we run out of cotton. Although I'm not quite sure. We did add quite a bit of extra cotton this year, so we're going to be able to keep that spinnery running for much more of the year this time. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but I would like to get a little bit of a sheep going just to be able to keep that going, because I still don't think we have enough cotton to keep it running at 100% all year round. So a little bit of sheep would help with that. Because yeah, right now we're not really making any income from that spinnery because we've been out of cotton for a little while. But yeah, if we had some sheep going right now, we could make a little bit more fabric, and that fabric is worth quite a bit. It is actually a pretty good money maker. So yeah, that would probably pay for itself. But yeah, I'm going to have to maybe run some numbers and make sure we're actually going to have enough money to buy all the stuff we need to buy in a few months here before I spend money on another sheep barn. But yeah, it will actually bring in more income for us, so it might be worth it. But Yeah, we are getting a little bit low on food in here. They do go through it pretty quick. I mean, we have 50,000 liters, but yeah, they go through it pretty quick. But it shouldn't take very long to top up. We'll just be able to move some TMR bales over there, and we still have quite a few in here. But yeah, we are going to have to mix up more before too long. So yeah, hopefully our grass field produces enough for us. I'm actually starting to get a little bit worried that we don't have enough grass to keep everybody in hay, especially once those cows get a little bit bigger. But we'll have to see. Have to see what happens. We'll just kind of play it by ear. We might have to add some more grass somewhere as well. So what do we have next on the agenda here? I guess we got all of our planting stuff done for the year. I think all of our productions are pretty much good to go. We do have to throw a little bit more wood into the sawmill, but it's not super critical. I actually think we would have enough to get to tomorrow morning if we had to. So we could always leave that till next month too. But one thing we do need to do this year still is get our fields sprayed. So yeah, that soybean field is going to need to be sprayed. Make sure we get the weeds out of that, and then that new cornfield as well is going to have to be sprayed. So I guess I will bring this down, and our fertilizer tractor is still over in this sunflower field as well. Actually, maybe I will just stop here for a second, and I'm just going to get a worker to bring that guy back down to the yard quickly. So we will go like that, create job for go to, and we'll just see if we can go over there somewhere. Just to get him out of that field before we forget. And we will need to use him. Actually, for these bigger fields, or well, for that soybean field anyway, I might try to use a sprayer. Because I can just, I think I can unload this herbicide directly into that herbicide tank again. And just put it right back in, and then switch it out to fertilizer, and then kind of switch it back. We need to do a little bit more spraying, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. It would be nice to do the sprayer on this big soybean field, I think, just because that little fertilizer tractor might take a little while. Still probably wouldn't be too bad because it does have a pretty wide working width, and it goes at a decent speed. But yeah, definitely slower than the sprayer. And yeah, I'm just remembering the herbicide is actually on this side. So we will get this thing. What's going on here? Why is it only giving me an option for dump? Is there herbicide? Oh no, it's full. Just have to be a little bit closer than you would expect in these tanks sometimes. Their kind of hitbox is smaller than I would expect, especially for some of this bigger equipment. It can be a little bit tough to kind of get in there close enough. But it looks like that fertilizer tractor is down in the yard there, so that should be good. So yeah, I'll just get this thing filled up, and I'll get these two fields sprayed, and then we should almost be good to go to move on to the next month here, I think. Okay, we got our fields all sprayed there. Definitely didn't do this one the most efficient way, and probably wasted quite a bit of herbicide on this one because I think the areas that got plowed don't actually need to be sprayed. I didn't actually go over and check and see if they said they had weeds over there, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the plowed areas didn't really need to be sprayed. And then I kind of screwed up. I was trying to be more efficient and reduce the working width coming down that last strip down the middle there, but then I didn't realize there was still so much on the other side that hadn't been sprayed, so I had to go back and kind of do it over again anyway. So yeah, we definitely went through a little bit more a little bit more herbicide than we really needed to there, especially on this field. I think the cornfield was a little bit more efficient, but yeah, definitely screwed this one up a little bit. But yeah, definitely not super used to spraying. I usually get a worker to do that stuff, so I definitely need to practice with that a little bit more. But yeah, we got her done anyway. And so now all of our spring stuff is basically done, I believe. Yeah, don't really have any money to buy any more land. I mean, I guess we technically could, but yeah, I think we are kind of in saving mode at this point. So we're going to hang on to that money. But yeah, everything is done planting other than our canola and our barley, obviously, but that's not going to happen for a couple more months. So yeah, all of our spring tasks are kind of done. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to wrap this episode up here. I think this is going to be kind of a shorter episode. We didn't do nearly as much as I usually do, but I just don't have a ton of time to record today. So I figured I would just try to get one out anyway. I figured a short episode is better than no episode. So wanted to just knock out those last of those spring tasks there, get our stuff planted, and now we are pretty much good to go. So in the next episode, we'll have to head down to our sawmill and top that up. I also do want to kind of do a bit more of a cleanup job on that wood lot as well. So we'll get that sawmill topped up, and then I want to pull the wood chipper out and kind of clean up all those branches that are over there, get those all chipped up and moved into the woodshed, and then go around with the grinder and grind up all those stumps because they are starting to get a little bit annoying to kind of drag trees over them. They keep getting caught on the stumps there. So yeah, I think it's going to be good to kind of clean up that yard, but that is going to take a little bit. So we will save that for the next episode there. And then, yeah, in the next episode, we'll have to advance to the next month. And then I think we can start our grass harvest. I know, actually, I got to decide what I want to do here because I kind of screwed up. I'm not quite sure what happened, but you can see this side of this grass field is only 50% fertilized. And I think I just waited a little bit too long because I got a worker to do this, but I think, I don't know what happened. I just kind of missed the grow state or something. So if we just actually pop over here for a second, we can kind of go see there's no easy way to pop down to that since this isn't really its own field. This is all technically part of this field. So if I visited, it would just pop me over here and I'd have to run all the way over here. So yeah, as you can see, this part is fully fertilized, but it's only on the 2nd out of 4 growth stages. So I guess it's going to be April, May, June, I guess, before we get to harvest this grass, which is a little ways off. I think we have enough hay to last till then, but I'm not 100% sure. But then, yeah, the other side of this creek over here is actually ready to harvest. It is at the last growth stage here, but yeah, it's only 50% fertilized, so we won't get as much yield out of this. So we could harvest this one right now, which we might have to do. I did kind of want to get them both onto the same schedule here, so we can harvest them all at once. But yeah, we might just need to get some in. Although I guess if we harvest this month, no, I guess then it would be 1 month before, because I think it's 3 months in between harvest if you wait for the full harvest there. So yeah, we got to decide if we want to harvest this now, and then it's going to be like a month behind when this field is going to be ready to harvest. So yeah, it's going to be hard to get them kind of back onto the same schedule without kind of just kind of leaving some on the table there. Obviously it's most efficient if we can kind of do it as soon as it's ready, but yeah, it would be nice to just kind of get them all on the same schedule. So yeah, we'll probably end up just waiting for this one. Although, yeah, I'm a little bit worried with the reduced yield out of this one because I think I probably should have just fertilized it one more time at the end of last year, I guess. Because yeah, I'm still not quite sure what happened there. Because I thought I had done it right, done the fertilization at the right growth cycles, but apparently I screwed something up there. So yeah, I'll have to kind of think about it a little bit more and decide what I want to do here. But if we want to get them both onto the same cycle, we're going to have to kind of skip a harvest month at some point. So we'll get a little bit of reduced yield. So Maybe I'll try to do some rough math and figure out how long the rest of this hay is going to last us, and how urgent it is that we get some more hay in the barn here, because yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure we're going to have enough. This meadow should kind of grow back a little bit more as well. But yeah, I will think about that a little bit more, but either way, I think we're going to try to get this grass harvested in the next episode, because yeah, that now that everything is kind of planted and ready to go, we won't have a whole lot else to do other than just kind of taking care of our productions and our animals here. So we should be able to jump through the next couple months relatively quickly. But yeah, I guess we'll have to figure that out in the next episode there. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap this one up here. So thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon in the next one.